First of all, we would like to say good afternoon to His Excellencies, Her Excellencies, honorable guest speakers around the globe, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Visna, and today I will be your main moderator for this conference. And it's our pleasure to welcome everyone to the second virtual Cambodia International Conference on Mentoring Educators. And the theme of this conference is Mentoring on STEM Education. Actually, this virtual conference is held for 3 days, from 15 to 17 November 2021. It is a great opportunity for us to participate in this conference, which involves our special guest speakers, not only from Cambodia, but also from the other countries such as USA, South Korea, Philippines, Japan, Malaysia, UK, Hungary, Canada, Singapore, Thailand, and Hong Kong. So, honorable guest speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before going to the presentation sessions, I would like to inform all the participants that first, all your microphones are muted by default. So if you have any questions, please kindly drop in the Zoom chat box. Also, please consider your appropriate manners when you have your video on. Moreover, please rename your Zoom names in case your Zoom name is Samsung or iPhone, so that it's easy for us to recognize your attendance. Last but not least, please do not forget to click on the links to register for the certificates. Thank you. Honorable guest speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I would like to invite our first special guest speaker, Mr. YEORNG, M.Ed student at New Generation Pedagogical Research Center, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And his topic is about reviewing needs and techniques for mentoring new teachers. So our guest speakers will have 30 minutes for the presentations, including the question and answer. Now, I would like to give this floor to our guest speaker, Mr. Sak. Please welcome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your invite, and very good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm very glad to be here. So allow me to share my slide first. Okay, so could you see my slide clearly?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Okay, first of all, I would like to pay my high respect to ladies and gentlemen. So my name is YEORNG. Actually, previously I am an English teacher at one high school, and now I am working as a mentor at some high school. It is a resource school. And here's some background education. I have finished my bachelor degree of education in teaching English as a foreign language at Balti International University, and I also finished my master degree in TESOL at Balti International University, and also I'm going to graduate my master in mentoring at New Generation Pedagogical Research Center NAE soon. And now I'm doing my PhD in education, administration, and leadership. So my topic today is skill and technique for mentoring new teachers. So here is my content. So first, I would love to introduce about the mentoring in Cambodia, or I can say that mentoring in education in our context. And second is, what are the needs of mentor regarding to mentoring a new teachers? And third is, what are mentors' techniques toward mentoring new teachers? And the next is conclusion, last but not least, reference. And if you have any question, you can ask me at the end of my presentation. Okay, here we go. So here is the history of mentoring. So according to Pedagogy 2013, at the time in 1970s, We do not call mentoring, we call it associated teaching. And also we call it associated teachings in 1980s by Coley 2002. Anyways, Coley 2003, he also mentioned the same years that from associated teaching to contributed teachings knowledge. And the last one is we call, say, mentoring service program by Gray, Stock, and Maginson 2010. So take a look at mentoring program in Cambodia context. So I can see that NGPRCs produce mentor every year. Mostly, I am a second co-church, and to be a mentor, you have to finish the main course first. The first one is professional N6 and mentoring, and the second is English for research, and the third is ICT in education. The last one is general methodology, system, and principle. But however, we have more than this. We have a mini thesis. We have, like practicums. Yes. So talking about why we need mentor in Cambodia. As the research, so because this research is reviewing research, the new teachers, they got stressed, lack of support, and has not enough ability to show the classroom issue. So according to Smith and Ingersoll 2004 and Fry 2007 and so on, they mentioned that 15% of the teachers drop out and 14% change the school because they face these problems. And talking about the student, what are the implications for the student? The student may not benefit from the full knowledge transfers or, unfavorable school environment, or you can see that as an experimental tool. So some new teacher or even the teacher that lacks of teaching methodology, they may try to use, and the student just like, experimental tool. And the last but not least is the student, it seems like a victim, like some teacher, they have a part-time class. If the student do not attend their part-time class, they may got a low score and so on. And the last one, poor study result. All right, so that's why both teacher and student problems, we come up with mentoring according to Fran and Diarasi and Gus 2017. So before I'm going to my main topic today, I would like to introduce the background of establishing a mentoring program. Okay, let me hide this one. So first, the Ministry of Education cooperate with CAP. As you know, CAP is, we can say that Cambodia Action to Promote Education organization. They create new generation pedagogical research center to produce the mentor, and it is an intensive course, a master 1 year courses. Sorry, a master 1 year course, and the Master of Education in Mandarin. So when the mentor finish graduated from NGPRC, where they going to work. Yes. So normally they are going to work at NGS, and they also going to work some teacher training centers. We can say NIE or TTC and so on. However, this year, the mentor also work at public school, but not private school. Public school, we have 2 schools in this year. We have at Battambang and Takao, such as my school is at Takao province, but they are resource schools. So here the building of NGPRC, and here is the seminar room. You know, the mentor learning is such as a seminar style. We research and share the knowledge, experience, and find out the solution of some issue together. It's such an interesting classroom. This is a computer room, or ICT room. Here's our activity. All right. So the purpose of mentoring. So first is to support teachers, even new or challenging teachers. If they face some problem, they need support. Yes, of course, mentor will help. Second is help keep information about teaching techniques confidential. And the third is strengthen additional teacher to improve both professional ability and professional ethics. I mean, both moralities and both quality of teaching. So mentor is the one who helps the teachers not to find a mistake. All right. So importance of mentoring. So mentoring can help a teacher, and the teacher can help a student, and this is a circle of mentoring work. They have a relationship to each other, even school principal, school management, and student and teacher. So when the school have a mentor, the school will work happily, and everyone enjoy the teaching. And if they face some problem, they will come up, or they will come to meet the mentors. So as the result, we expect that if mentoring program was conducted in high school, maybe the student result maybe got highest or good. Okay, so the importance of mentoring is to supporting teacher to be able to think fully and ethically, is to improve qualities of education and eliminate all crime in societies. Is the main importance of mentoring program. So however, even mentoring has some benefit, but it still have some challenges for the mentor in order to implement the new program in Cambodia. As you know that some people, they do not knows about what is mentor and what is mentoring, what they are doing. Of course, so this is the real challenge for our mentor nowadays. So first is inclusion factor that make mentor low commitment. Sometimes they think that mentor get low benefit, mentor work so hard and get a little salary or so on. And the second is various model for mentoring teachers, and it's hard to identify kind of support because a lot of teachers, two people have two different attitudes, two different knowledge, and two different perspectives. And the third is challenges in building the relationship with the mentee. So if the mentee don't want to talk with the mentor, so what should we do? Some mentee, they are older than the mentor. And this is the challenges that the mentor face. So now we move to number 2, talking about what the needs of the mentor regarding to mentoring new teachers. As you know that the need of the mentor is that first, I think all my information I have found from the research papers by reviews a lot of research paper regarding to mentoring new teachers. So they have mentioned about reinforcing personal attitude through open communication, active and active listening and learnings. Yes, of course. So if, for example, you are a father and you have a son, and you give advice to your son that if you must not smoke cigarette. So, but actually yourself as a father smoke cigarette by yourself. Sorry, yourself. So how can we give advice, and how can your son listen to you? So personal attitude is come first. Be a good teacher, a good model, punctual, working hard, and try their best, and knowledgeable in your field, especially teaching methodologies. All right, so even we have to open communication. We have to have a good relationship with our, our mentee, our surrounded people at the workplace, even inside and outside workplace. And the last one is self-learning. As a mentor, but if, according to Hanson, 2012, he said that mentor is the person who long line learning, have to improve, update themselves all the time, because something change all the time. Second, as the mentor, we have to provide intensive orientation on educational goal and policy, curricular. Yes, this is very important. As the mentor, you have to know how to conduct workshop. You have to know how to conduct a conference, as NGPRC does every year. So the students study at NGPRC, they know how to conduct a workshop, they know how to conduct a conference. So when they go to work, yes, they know everything about workshop, conference, and they can conduct with their mentee, with their school. And also, if we work at NGS, you also know the policy of NGS and curriculum. It's easy for you to conduct or to have a mentoring with a new teacher, with a teacher. If you are the one work there and you don't know the policy and you don't know the curriculum, so how can you mentoring the teacher? It's impossible. The third is enhance pedagogical knowledge in teaching. As I said earlier, being a mentor, you have to know the pedagogical knowledge clearly, because you work with the teacher. The teacher teach the student, and the way they teach, we call pedagogies. Even the contents of knowledge, you have to knowledge of the subject. For example, you are mathematics teacher, you have to know your content knowledge clearly, and also pedagogical knowledge, such as the knowledge about teaching. In short, we can say pedagogical content knowledge. As a mentor, we have to know. It is the knowledge about how to teach concept with the subject matters. All right. Nurturing the development of desirable teaching practice and through modeling. So as the mentor, you cannot like to go to observe. You have pre-observation, while observation, and post-observation. But however, if your mentee do not clear about one methodology, for example, IBL, PBL, and so on, so you have to take to show to your mentee, because you also have a class. At least you have 5 hours per week to teach the student. So you have to show, and you can invite the teacher that they do not clear about, teaching methodology. Come to your class, observe your activity, observe your teaching. Maybe it's the last of number 2, communicative, achievable expectation, and provides constructive feedback. Yes, this is very important for the mentor. So the mentor have to give advice, consult, feedback to the mentee. But what kinds of feedback should we give to the mentee? This is very important. So we think about constructive feedback. We give feedback in order to make the mentee better and better. So for example, your teachers, your mentee, laws of classroom management. So you cannot say like, you invite your mentee to the room to have a conference with your mentee and you said, I see your classroom management is very low, and why you have this kinds of knowledge classroom management is so low. Yes, you cannot say like that. First you have to praise them. You should say something good to your mentee. For example, let me give an example. For example, oh, you did a very good job. You have a good classroom management, and so can you tell me about the way you manage the student, the technique that you manage the student? Can you give me some idea about this one? You should be a good questioning, a good questioning. You have to be a good questioner in order to produce a good questioning, in order to get some idea from the mentee to make them say something or ask you to have, not give a strong feedback to make the mentee feel disappointed. Yes. So what are the mentee techniques for toward mentoring new teachers? So here is the techniques. First, as a mentor, you have established a relationship, like getting to know the mentee clearly. You need to build a good relationship in order to make your mentees believe you, trust you. If you don't have a good relationship, maybe your mentee do not tell their problem to you. Yes, exactly. They do not tell. But if you have a good relationship, they may tell you everything that they face, even their family lives, or even outside from teaching career. They may tell you directly, and you no need to ask sometimes. So, but the most important thing is the way how to establish a good relationship, how to build a strong relationship. So, as all guys know that in order to produce a good relationship, you have to a good listening. You listen, and you have to know the character or attitude of the mentee first. And you have the meaningful communication also. And the third is identifying mentee need. So here is one technique that the mentor should know, because when we conduct a classroom observation conference, you should have a pre-observation conference to ask the mentee what they need. They need us to review their lesson plan. They need us to find some sources to support their teaching or some material. So to identify, their need first before the class starts. And also you have a post conference observation, but post observation conference, it should be conducting a meaningful mentoring, this one. So we have pre-observe, analyze, and post, and then we reflect together. Pre-observation before the class, observation in the class, and then we analyze. After the mentor has observed the mentee classroom, the mentor should analyze what should we say, or what should we give advice, we change, or what should we talk with the mentee after while observation. So post observation, we have something to talk with the mentee, and we talk with the polite ways, and then we reflect together. Sorry. So the next is providing meaningful support to facilitate access, collaborate, be friend, and protect, and be a model and friend, as I have mentioned. And the last one is meaningful listening. Be patient. You have to listen their mentor first. and so emotional expression. For example, your mentees, they're talking about their classroom problem issue, and you have to knock your hand. You have to say something or show emotional that you are really interested with the conversation, and you are really want to listen to your mentee. Yeah. So conclusion, here is the techniques that the mentor should have. But however, this is only, cover for participate practice for the mentor, and it is less saturated to find out the big pictures of need and techniques for the mentor. But I'm going to do action research, or I'm going to do a research more about primary data, because this is only the reviews data, and it is the secondary based result. So in conclusions, the cooperating between mentor and teachers in terms of, first is personal attitude, second is pedagogical knowledge, third is modeling, and the last one is feedback. So I'm hope that in the future, if we have a mentoring program in our educational system, the quality of the education will be increased. So here is some references, and thank you for your paying attention. So my presentation come to the end. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, our guest speaker, Mr. Sak, for your wonderful presentation. So far, we have got a lot of questions, but allow me to read some questions for you. So the first question is from Mr. Wisna from Cambodia as well. And his question is, what are your difficulties of being a mentor in public school? We want you to give from your experience. So can you just tell us what are your difficulty of being a mentor in public school?
Okay, thank you. Yes. So now I share my experience again. Previous time I say about the reviews data, but now it's the real one. So for me, exactly, work at resource school, and even the teachers, even the school principal, they do not know clearly about the mentor. They are so surprised. And at the first time, no one want to talk with me. Not with me, with us, because we have 3 members, 3 mentors. So no one want to talk with us. I don't know why, but after that, I have tried to build a relationship first. I have them even create emails, create Zoom meeting for them, have everything, even ICT support. I have admin tasks, because now we do not have the class yet. We have only grade 12 and grade 9, and now we just process resume the classroom again after the COVID pandemic. So far is relationships. So, and the school principal, first they don't want to receive me and get me to work there. They say, sometimes you are knowledgeable, and sometimes I don't know who you are and what you are doing with our organization, our high school. Sometimes will be have some conflict with the mentor and the teacher. They are afraid like this. So I really try to build a relationship, and I work by my heart. I give my heart to them, so they see my heart. So that's why they give their heart to me also. So we can work together, and they also know us, and we have really strong relationship now. And yes, we have a conference, we have a workshop together about ICT supporter, about Google Workspace and some teaching methodology. Yeah, we go through that. And the second is we lack of support also, mentor. So I work at resource school. I have no top up, and I have to work from Monday to Friday. But however, I'm happy to have my, my countries.
So we're really sorry. Maybe you have some internet like connection. So
now I just come back.
Yes. Okay. Because of the time constraint, we cannot answer all the participant questions. We deeply apologize for that. So, Mr. Saab, before coming to an end of this presentation, would you like to say something? Yes, please.
Yes, thank you for everyone for paying attention to me, and I'm very happy to have a chance to be present here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Saab, for your great presentation, including the question and answer. I do believe that your presentation and including the question and answer are really useful for us.